Yeah.
It's not really that good. I don't know how to do that, Craig. How do I do it, Craig? You could hold it. Right,
There's got to be something.
we've come back up into Peru. The weatherman once again just pretty well on this one. Hey, we're sort of wondering why we do it, and we've got a quite a strong, probably about 13 knots easterly breeze coming up to Peru, and so we'll try to come around the corner and tuck up into one of the bays, but it's still breezy here. It's only an hour till the tide changes, so we don't really want to have a fish. But Vardy with his hawk eyes has spotted a heap of birds feeding or working up over by Batch up here. So we're going to make our way up over there and throw some lures or soft baits or baits and maybe catch a carwai, just fill in some time just until that tide changes. But he's getting his rods out, he's all ready. It's the 21st of December and it is freezing up here. I'm putting my Swazi Klansman hoodie on. This fleece is the best fleece you'll ever wear. Just go to a shop and touch it and you'll see exactly what I mean within seconds. It actually happens to be my birthday today. Barney hasn't bought me a present though. But once again guys, we're no good at picking the weather. They're working sort of all through that bay, Barney. We'll get over there. The water up here, we've had so much rain in Nelson, the water up here is pretty horrible actually, pretty green. But we're hoping that we can head up into Peru in about an hour and a half. We'll have the wind and tide in the same direction, and we're going to park up on an old spot that I haven't fished. I don't think I've never fished that spot with you, have I? The one up out in the middle there. No, but I got it on one of the early flogs. I actually got a real good snapper at about I think it was probably about 1:30 AM in the morning. It was about, I think it was about 23 pounds. So we're going to head up there. We stopped in at the Rye and had some chicken and chips, and that was quite nice. Barney's chucking on a softie at the moment. There's not too many birds working now. And that breeze is freezing. You cold, buddy?
Yeah, it's fresh.
Look at the state of it, buddy. They're actually just everywhere, eh? Hey? They're actually just everywhere. But oh, there's a boat. Is it on a boat? I know. He was hitting away quite nicely, wasn't he? What are they doing? They're actually not doing anything, are they?
No.
Just flying around like a bunch of they just around him and his burley.
But they're only, well, if he's burling up, we'll just drift up to him, mate. We'll chuck us off back around.
Do you want to just go in close to the farm?
No, that's anyway. It's fine. Oh, we'll go up a little bit closer because we're going to go back one, aren't we?
Yeah. They're all just working in between the farm there. Barty's on cast 1. Wind is pushing us. Actually, that motor's almost holding us perfect in the spot, isn't it? That's how strong that breeze is. Lots of fish mid-water. Oh, he's in. Barty is in. Gurnard. Barty's in. Oh, you drop him.
Oh. But yeah, that was...
If you get a couple of Gurnard or something, that's going to be pretty cool. Actually, I shouldn't be a slack ass and should be fishing as well. I'm surprised Barty hasn't told me off yet. Usually doesn't take him long. Stop fucking around and stop fucking. What's that just here?
That's what I was trying to work out. I've seen it before.
I'm going with a Berkeley Fire Tiger, and that's the 5-inch jerk shad. Something big, just jerk shad.
Oh yeah, so I've got the jerk shad as well, just the bluey.
I've got the Fire Tiger. Barty's got the bluey. Something big just jumped here. So we decided not to bring stick baits because we're like, oh, we're not going to stick bait. And instantly we wish we bought the stick baits, 2 stick baits. Oh, did you drop one?
No.
Did you fart as well?
No.
Oh. Oh, come on, Barty.
Yep. Yep. Come back.
Delete it. Delete it. Oh. Barty keeps dropping them. I think he's milking it.
That's always good.
Yeah, it's definitely how deep is it? Oh, it's only shallow.
Yep.
Don't drop him. He dropped it. He's back. Barty's in.
Oh. No, he's not. Oh. I'm getting great out there.
It's a car white.
It must be, because I'm just coming back and nailing it. Still car whites out there. So that's what I'll make, catching over there, one after the other. Yeah.
He's probably barely in the min, is he?
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh! What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I don't know, Craig.
What kind of hook is that?
Probably too small.
Chop them! Right at the boat. It's cowboy. It's cowboy everywhere, eh?
They're not big, that's why. That guy was tiny.
Yeah. I had one on, right to the boat.
Right, there might be snapper below it.
There's got to be something feeding on them, they're good size.
kahawai. Not bad, little fella. There you go, plagues a little kahawai. Plagues of them. Oh, he's off. Watch out, buddy, he's coming your way. We might use him as a bait. Oh, that was may have been mud, yes. I may have sharpened it. That wasn't good. That's that chicken and chips we had. Gone straight through me, buddy. Oh, I hit it on the way down, eh? Oh, oh. Surprised there's not some gurnard amongst this.
Well, I reckon the first one I had was probably
It'd have to be snap around us.
yeah.
These guys have been feeding here for a while.
Solid, there's a good solid mark right on the bottom there, right?
Oh, there's heaps of slime. Oh, we're deep now. Oh. No. Yeah. Yeah. God, he's small. Oh, yeah, cool. A little racehorse. Oh, this guy's fine. We'll take him. He'll be big shark bait. I mean snapper bait.
Huh? You named another one?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I don't know. Highly professional. Gotta be kingies around here too. Party's back in. We just drifted right out in the middle. Some good sign there. We've just come back up to the farm, but those birds are constantly feeding. We kind of think we might actually fish here. I've changed over to a Lucanus 60 gram orange. Had too small a head and it wasn't really getting down with the soft bait. This will hook the little kahawai way better because it's got those hooks at the back. Right on that drop off is where those fish are. Yeah.
I know, I could tell.
I had it on the wrong arm and I was
Lifting it right up and...
well, I don't know what I was actually doing. I had it on the complete wrong arm and I was just mucking around and it smashed it. Stripped a heap of line.
It did.
Well, I stuffed that one up. Barty's just harassing me about it. I hooked something good and just smoking some line. Well, I couldn't get anything on it, it was just pulling some line, but I was too tardy and had it in the wrong hand. I don't actually know what I was doing.
I wonder.
Those birds, we've been here about an hour and the birds are still working this area hard out. Heaps of kahawai. Really good sign on the bottom. Me and Barty are thinking we might actually fish here, eh?
Yeah.
That's gonna, yeah, that wind's dying off, but it feels so fishy. Just there's some really good arches, like snapper arches on the sounded down out a bit further when we drift out. And you can probably hear and see the birds in the background. They're just working all this area around here. They have been, constantly. That was good, Barty. What did I drop? It was the Lucanus. It's not. It wasn't a shark because they won't take these things. That wind's definitely dropped off because we're not drifting as bad now, are we? It might actually come right. But the question is, whether we stick it out here or we go up.
I suppose we can try here for a bit, because that's what yours usually goes all right on dark and disaster anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah. Problem is, how much driving do we want to do in the dark too? I saw that big chunk of wood drift past before.
Yeah.
There's that much rain up here. It's well, look at the sign on the bottom now. Look at those arches midway up. Oh, Craig. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, he's back. Oh, that was heavy, dude.
What are you doing down there?
That was not a kahawai. Holy shit, boys. Did you see the weight on that? I haven't done up the drag. Oh, it's back. Oh! What is going on?
Isn't that a Lacanus?
Yeah. That is, whatever that is heavy, man. Oh, look at the fish down there now. That's a stack, dude. Might have to do the rod holder. I completely f***ed that one up again, twice. He just kept coming back. But the weight in that thing was... How's he not hooking? Man. Getting a snapper on a Lucanus or a softy up in Kinaparu would be pretty epic, eh? Oh. This won't have any head left if you'll wrench it out of the water like that. That's probably one of your world record strikes. You notice as we said that wind was dying off, it's picked up again. How I miss it twice? Oh!
That was a better hit. Did you hear the strike?
Yeah. It pulled drag.
Tried pulling a bit of drag.
Do you want me to do it next time?
No, I've seen you do it.
Oh, what happened? We're going to have to fish here, aren't we? We're coming into more sign too. Look at those arches there.
That was a good strike.
I know. Just the sheer weight before. Dude. Don't go anywhere else, eh? There's lots going on here. But I think we want to sit out further out here, eh?
You reckon?
Oh, there's not, the fish life's just not in by those farms.
It will be by the time we put it there.
See, look what we're going through now. Look at all that. Oh. Yeah, on that drop off out here is when we're getting most of the action. Stop doing that, Craig. Keep making me think you've got a giant fish on. Right, the wind's died off. We're gonna head back up into here. All the birds have been working, sit about that 25 metre mark. Never fished here before, but there's heaps of good sign, so. And it's about the best spot I think we're gonna sit with the wind and tide anyway. We're just rigging up now. I'm gonna go a KLT 7-bar snapper snack. And these are just new out in the market actually. They came out probably about a month or two ago, which we've been hanging for the 7-bar to come out. I might actually try the Big Blue bottom banger too. So that was my own design rig to the market. I might see if we can't catch a snapper on that, it'd be pretty cool. But we've never fished here, so the confidence is high because of the amount of fish life and how fishy it actually feels. I've got my 7'11" Chaos rod with a 4000D on it, and I'm running 20-pound Shimano Kairiki braid. I've got my little clip. It's a little fast clip or soft bait clip. I use that all the time now. It's way easier. Barty's just tying the leader onto his. And have you poached one of my rods? I see one of my rods has been poached. It's a classic Barty move. You've got one of my rods on the side of your boat, Craig. Put back over here. You bastard! You got to watch them. That's alright. I've got 2 more Chaos 711s there, and I think 2 Thunderses on them, 4000s. But that there, guys, to change out your clips, it's just, that's it. And those clips are about 25 kilo, depending on the brand you get. Some of them are absolutely shit, but some of them are good. But you do have to watch that little eye at the top there. Sometimes it's not actually squeezed in close enough, so just check that before you use them. And then on the bottom of that, I'll just have a 3-ounce hooker sinker and just do a uni knot. It has died right off now. Actually, it's more windier in there.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Look at that.
I've got some confidence, Craig. I'm pretty confident. It feels so fishy. Are you going Lumo?
Yeah, I'm going Lumo.
Right. We're going a stray line as well. Stray lining a whole squid. Hey, keep.
Why did you take mine, dude?
What, stray lining? You've taken my rod too. You even set it up for me. Barty's been nice and put a 7-bar snapper snack. I'll have a 3-ounce sinker on that, Craig, please. Keep those too, guys. You get them in the Black Magic packs, and you can just put your rigs back on them when you're done, wash them and store them. Next rig is the KL stray line rig from Black Magic. But what I do is put a little ball sinker right there above the hooks, and I actually chop that trace down so I can cast it a lot further, because when it comes in the pack it's actually about about a metre and a half. So if you chop that down, you can cast a lot further out. And that's going to be rod 2, and then rod 3 will be another 7, what have I got? 7-bar snapper snack.
Settle down.
Let me settle down.
Only 3 rods.
What, only?
No, you only need 2 round here.
Why?
It's getting too greedy.
Well, I don't need to set this one up, you've just done that. Can you put that over on the side, please?
I've only got a 2-ounce sinker. If you wanted a 3.
Oh, that'll just
So it's set up for me.
He's sneaky. Probably saw that on the camera, him sneaking it out while I was talking, did you? Oh, Classic Barty.
So I just want a little balls in here.
In that red punnet.
And I'm just going to run one single hook.
Single hook. Are you just making your own one up?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that, Craig. I might actually set my other one up as well.
Where did those 7 Barrow Black Magic?
You not put a 7 on?
Nice.
Oh, the hooks.
Actually, I've probably got them.
I don't actually think I've got my hooks with us.
That's alright.
Oh, how bad is that? Oh, God. Like I've got everything under the sun except hooks. I forgot my whole box of Black Magic hooks. That's awesome. God's sakes, mate. What else have I got in my box of goodies? I've got all these old rigs on that I've used and put back onto the old foam bits, but the thing is you never want to use an old pack, buddy? You always want to use fresh rigs, but you keep all these and save them. These are when you use them for friends or your family that you take out and don't want to give you good gear to. Bloody nice up here, mate. Bloody nice. So we want to heat up. Where did you get your hook from?
I found some.
Did you?
I've got some today.
Perfect. Right, let's go up. No! That's not good. Your line's running out. Look at that, it's like a live bait. Shit, I should leave them on.
Perfectly hooked.
Double car wire attack.
That's why I put hold those whole little pulleys on.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went hazy, but I'm worried if they're out there bloody snack packing on them. That burley will bring them in. Oh, shark, no. No. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I mean, I'll get you the other fish.
That's another one up there.
Barty just got a spiny. Spiny dog. It's not a good sign. not a good sign. Whoa! I'd help you get that other spiny off, but you probably want to do it yourself, eh? Oh, striking. Whoa! Holy smokes! Oh, that's better. Man, he took off. Why am I so nervous, Barty?
Don't know.
Man, did he take off? Or what? That was a 3-bar-0. 3-bar-0 KLT Tiger. Is that the boat already? Took off to start with, but oh no. No. Oh, I thought that was decent when it took off. That is another spiny dog. Should have known after how easy it was to get in. I'm not liking that, Barty. That's not a good start, buddy. Probably what all that sign was, the spiny. Come back, you whopper. Come back. Hey.
Oh, he cut the hook off.
Did he? Or did you cut it off?
Oh, I cut it off.
Hey. Oh. No. Oh no. Spiny, 3 on. If this is another spiny, we're going to have to probably look at moving, Barty.
Don't give up yet.
No, you have to battle through the sharks, don't you? We did load up a rig, so we are at least semi-organised.
One down.
Oh, that one's hit too. Straight on in. Where's that going?
They're hitting quite good though, aren't they? That's the problem. You know, they're hitting semi-decent.
Well, they hit hard, but they don't do anything after that. Oh,
But they're getting your hopes up because you think you've got a snake.
got another sport shark, Barty. Sport shark on. Oh no, I've just tangled my other rig. Oh no! Look at the state of that. I've got a sport shark on the other rig. And I've just tangled this one. Oh, son of a... Look at the state of that body. Oh, holy schmolies. How does that even happen? How did that get around there? I hate kangaroo. Kangaroo. Why do we do it? Why do we do it, Craig? Sport shark on the other ends. Not really scrapping that hard.
They hit hard.
They do hit hard. They certainly get your hopes up, that's for sure. Oh. The sport shark took off and unravelled it for me. And then tangled it all up again. Oh no. That's so terrible. How does he... Stop it, sport shark. Oh! He's getting feisty. Oh! Oh! Oh, you little bastard. Oh, no. No. Oh, I can sleep. That's the beauty of those clips, eh? Bang. Right. Could be a 20-pound snapper, mate. Oh my God, where's my line gone? What? Oh yeah. Sport shark. Oh, this one's... Oh, mini kahawai. Might have to chuck a whole kahawai in half down. Or half a kahawai. Man, he got himself good. That is a 7-bar hook he's got. Hey, hey, hey! Hey! I just want to let you go, mate. Hey. I need a break now from all this activity. I'm coming over your way, swinging. Ready?
At least catch me a couple of birds so I can...
Look at that! Look, I couldn't get out of the holder.
What do you got this time?
Bernard.
You reckon?
Yeah. Good one. Good one. Definitely not a Bernard.
Eh?
Sport shark. No, but
The snapper was coming out of the sounds, they're just slowly getting here. That's all it is. It's going to be a bit of a waiting game.
well, I hope your new spot pays off, Craig.
Eh?
I hope your new spot pays off. Glad it's not my fault. All that pressure. I don't catch fish, it's really your fault. I wouldn't go to that spot.
Did you?
That's quite cool, that little place there, eh?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's actually a house, or just a
What are you talking about?
little one on the water there.
Just be a block of boat. The house is in behind it there.
But I don't think I'll sit that other rig up.
Don't put the third one in just yet.
No, I'm going to hold it. I might get a break from these sport sharks. Oh my God, this is not even a fight, it's so pathetic. Oh, it's a kahawai. You only got like a little nub leader.
No.
Holy shit, that is a fish, mate. That's a good one. Holy. Smoking it.
Now what do I do? I just pulled it out of his mouth. Oh,
That's a whopper.
what have you done to my reel?
You probably should have serviced it, mate. Or look after it a bit better.
It's brand new.
What about how's not bringing your third rod now treating you? Man, it sounds huge. Get some line back on him. Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic. That was actually quite a good run.
Yeah, it was probably a good snapper. You sawed it, champ. What was the issue? Didn't have your drag up?
Eh?
Didn't have your drag up.
So the drag's working on the... I've got to use the drag on the back. Even when it's in gear? Because if you're going to bait runner, right?
Yeah. That's all good.
But then even when it's in, it's still free spool. But if I do that up, it gets harder.
That's why you bring an extra reel, just in case. Just the lack of maintenance. When did you last wash it? I'm happy you're getting all the sport sharks. Man, it's nice now, dude. Oh, sport shark. Oh, wow. He's violent. Don't let him spike you. Not going well. We're pretty much getting instant hookups and spiny dogs every drop. Aren't we, Barty?
Yeah.
We might actually have to move because this is just a nightmare. Biting through the rigs and roughing up all the rigs. Almost instantly hook up on a spiny dog. Worst thing is we're sitting right. Wind and tide, it's all good, everything's perfect. But there's just a million spiny dogs. What are we going to do, dude? We can't keep fishing here unless we just want to hack through them and see if there's a big red amongst it, or we just move on.
What's the time?
Eh? Time is 8:17.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't really have that much time left, do we? Oh.
That's a sport shark from Narc. Holy. Oh. Holy sport shark. Coming at the boat, Craig. Well, I'm just winching him in. Terrible. Oh.
Oh.
No, definitely. He's lost a little car. No, I'm just winching him. Midget power. Starting to heat up now, dude.
Yeah. We might be in the right place.
He ate a whole pilchard. Pilchard squid combo. You greedy little bastard. No, seagull for you.
Oh, that's right.
Oh Oh my, whoa! Jesus Christ.
He's off.
He's done.
I suppose he's got to go back in the daylight because there's not no lights.
Oh look, no wonder, look at the burley dude.
There's a spilt going out.
Look at it. Can you see that? Look at the current. Holy burley it's long. Wow, that stuff's impressive. Holy schmoly.
How did that not bring in a snapper?
Because it brought in billions of sharks. That's why, right? That's why. Easy, mate. Easy. Right, it's a complete nightmare up here. We're sitting so good, so much current. We've got a new mussel burley bomb, and it's pure mussel, and it's so good. It's just pumping out burley, but that's just brought all the sharks in. Barty's on doing the anchor at the moment, and we're going to move up to my other spot. But if we get up there and it's windy and we're not going to sit right and stuff, we're probably going to bail, to be fair. Like the past you've seen in the videos, it doesn't have to be a lot of wind, but you just swing on the anchor and you're just wasting your time. I mean, you still got a chance to catch a snapper, but we spiral into fishing depression like what I've done right now, and yes, spiraled into fishing depression. But at least it's nice. It's pretty calm up here at the moment. We're going to make our way up into one of my old spots. Hopefully we can get up there. Good work, Barty. Good work. You should see the sign below us on the sounder. Without kidding, it looks impressive. Certainly no, it's not snapper. Feel good, mate? Yeah. Good work. Right, we've moved up to spot X, the next spot. Hopefully there is no... We're in 7 gill country though now. But we've left the spiny dogs. And checking my trace, that's all frayed, Barty. We took a hammering from the spiny dogs. So the beauty is, guys, those clips, it's just a matter of doing that and that traces off. And new trace on. So a bit more positive attitude hopefully from Barty this time.
You got that burley in yet?
No, I haven't. The burley goes your side. It's my birthday, Craig. You have to sort of do everything for me. You kind of have to all the time anyway. Oh, what the? Do you smell that?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh my! Holy! Oh, it's him. Smell him.
No, I don't think I want to.
Oh, that's nasty.
Is that really going to catch you fishing?
That's just defrosted already. He reeks, dude.
Yeah, it didn't sound good.
That tide's pushing pretty well. Have you got the burley out yet? That sounds like the foam. serious fishing going on. Who's calling me? Bloody Westy. Oops, missed it. Sorry, Westy. Missed the call, mate. Couldn't ask for better conditions this evening. On my birthday. You're over that side mucking around. I tried to get it, put it out before, but you were still there mucking around. I didn't bring any empty containers either, did I? No. So unorganised this trip. What traces are going here? Big gurnage in the way. Yeah. Right. What do we do with the bread?
I don't know.
Do we put the bread in? Oh, Craig. That's our burger buns. Have a look at that. We put those two are squished into one.
Yeah, they're good. I like it like that. But these filters are rancid, mate.
That's classic.
Those filters are not good.
Oh, no, they're not. Oh, that's bad.
How are we meant to get fish on those?
Are we just going to chum them then?
Oh, man.
They're not good, man. That's not pretty.
Yeah. Is that packet in here?
Well, we can't smell them. Maybe it's all the baits getting mingy. I thought it was just the burley. Did I put that burley back?
Tell them about your pilchards.
Told them about the burley, didn't you, listen?
Didn't. You can tell the heads are the same thing.
Don't want to mega open this, eh? Cut down each side.
Yeah.
But that went out pretty bloody quick, didn't it?
It still lasted an
Hour. We want this just slow trickling, Craig. We don't want that massive power onslaught.
Maybe I should put the squid on one hook. I'm not sure about this filter.
Oh, this is going pear-shaped, possibly. I couldn't even undo the top. Like the creature I am. Yeah. Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Look at it already. Oh, that's the old one. Look at the current. Shark's going to eat the cage, isn't it?
Probably. Right.
How far down did you put the last one?
Oh, it's probably 7 or 8 metres down.
Do you want this on the bottom?
No.
Same length?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, this is mint, dude. This is mint. Am I happy with my setup? I'm unsure. Is it a 5-bar rope? I can't tell. Right, we're going to relax and decide what we're going to have with our chicken and stuff for tea since the buns are all squashed up. Certain someone. Straight on top. You know what? I did this last time, and I was like, I put it into the trolley with the milk water on top.
Yeah, right.
Crush them.
Yeah.
And this time I was like, no, I'm not doing that. They're going to be mint buns.
Well,
you nearly 3 kilo.
You nearly forgot them to start with. They're in the back.
Probably would have been better off instead of seeing them in that state. Oh, this is mint up here now, dude. Right, we're going to try and catch a fish. Oh, no! Sport shark. God damn it. Oh, that's not good, dude. Hey, should we bring that burley up? I might just leave it now. Oh no.
So they like the dirty water, eh? It's not very often we catch them up here.
No. We hardly ever catch. We've caught more tonight. We've caught more tonight than we have in the whole history of fishing down here. You may get 1 or 2 a trip, if that. It's mainly big 7 gills, but maybe that dirty water's pushed them all up in here. You've got to watch them too, because they'll spike you. I've got a couple of mates who've had blood poisoning, and actually one went to intensive care and got blood poisoning in Christchurch, flown down there from a spiny. So if you get spiked, make sure you put some what do you call it, antiseptic stuff. Yeah, clean it straight away and go and see a doctor. I actually had another guy I told about it, and he went out fishing, and I said to him about it, and he came in 2 days later and he got spiked, and his hand looked like the Pendulum Tire Man hand, or my sausage fingers. It was pretty bad actually, so he got blood poisoning as well. A bird shat on my motor. I don't know if you can see the big turd mark there on it. It's not ideal. But we're sitting good, and we have not got too many spiny dogs, but I'm afraid that burley's awesome, that mussel burley. It's good for spiny dogs if you want to catch them, sport sharks. It's a long way to drive into here, eh?
Yeah. Not a nice road.
No. Come on, snappers. What do you got, buddy?
Another sport shark.
Another sport shark. How long have they been sitting out there hooked around each other with double sharks and double tangles? Holy sport sharks, that's a nightmare. Man. At least it's calm and nice. I'm sitting right.
You're just leaving this for me?
No. Oh, it's my birthday, so I should be able to. No, I'll come over. I'll help Craig. They just hang at everything. Uh-oh. I've already got a sport shark on. Why is there so many spiny dogs up here? Look at it.
They're not always here.
It's that burley. We've got to pull that burley in. I just put that in.
What?
That butt.
We're just getting harassed already.
Yeah. Why do we come to Kent Peru?
I don't know.
Need to get that burley up on the surface. Well, that way it won't attract the sharks down below, you see. And all the mackies can chow it down. Son of a...
are just fucking right through the whole sounds at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's come right up. Sport shark right up.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's why we didn't know that they're on the other two, eh?
They're coming right up. You little bastard. The weatherman's right, 'cause there's not much wind. Look at her eyes glow.
Yeah.
Oh, he ate my stray line. You bastard. Man. That shit. God's sakes. Oh, it was like instant. We're having
Go find a microphone for it too.
We're having a debacle. As you see, shark after shark. What's that, dude? What do you want to do?
Go find a muscle farm for it.
We don't have to go anywhere, we just park up here. Saves us having to move.
Probably get windy at some stage.
Hey?
It'll probably get windy at some stage.
Are you giving up, Barty?
No, I'm just depressed.
What was that?
There you go.
So calm though, eh?
You gonna pull that thing out?
Early. Yeah. This is summing up our evening so far. Oh, that's terrible, this rig, dude. What's that thin line? Is that your leader?
No, it's not mine. Mine's drilled all together.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
God, I was going to chop it too. This is going to take a while to untangle. You hungry, Barty? Yep. Look at that. It's about 10:30. Barty's spiraled into serious fishing depression. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
But no spiny dogs just chase us everywhere. I'm now cooking. The one good thing is we've got some good food. I bought some prawns. Some prawns and some garlic butter. And we're gonna have prawns. Hot prawns with garlic butter. So at least we've got good food. If it doesn't slip off.
Fall into the water.
Yeah, it probably will. It's a bit slippy. Wind's picked up a wee bit. Barty's down to one rod. It's getting pretty over it actually. Seriously, spiraled into fishing depression. But we've got prawns. Barty, I need to load it up with more garlic butter. Hey. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. The big one's coming. It's coming.
Right, we're packing it in. Barty's just pulling in the anchor. It's about 11 o'clock. We had those delicious shrimps. Just pulling in the lines. There's sharks on every line. It's been a spiny dog mecca this trip. Not the most best flog in the world, but you still get those trips where you don't get a fair call. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to go and park up next to a mussel farm now. We will get up in the morning and make a decision if we're going to have a fish or not. Tide's at 6:45 is high tide, so we're sort of between the tides, and it's about to change here now and go wind against tide, so we're just going to go and call it quits. There's just sharks everywhere up here at the moment. We've never seen it like it. Complete nightmare, but we'll see you in the morning. It's a pretty good sleep. We slept in, it was wind against tide, and we decided last night we'd just sleep in and wouldn't really bother having a fish. There's plenty of sign down there. Yeah. Oh, and you nothing on there, you bait? Yeah. How'd you not get a shark?
We didn't want a shark, mate.
It's not like we've had a choice though. Right, it's just gone 8 o'clock. We've stripped all the lines down, all the rigs and that are all hammered. We parked up here on the mooring site for the night. Straight away we chucked a couple of lines, we parked up on the outside, chucked a couple of lines out. Maybe within a minute, 30 seconds, we had our first spiny dog shark. And going through all the traces and that now, it's pretty, they're all pretty rooted. But you can refurbish the traces. Use the skirts and hooks again, but you know, those spiny dogs hammered us. We just finished cleaning up the boat and we're going to make our way into Peru. Back into, well, not Peru, we're going back into Havelock and we're going to make our way home. Not the most interesting vlog, but me and Barty were just talking about we've got so many wicked trips that we kind of filmed but didn't film, if that makes sense. So we didn't really do a lot of extravagant filming and fill-in shots and all that sort of carry on. We just sort of got the camera rolling when we were catching snapper. And there's one trip that me and Barty went up D'Urville. Well, anyway, before we get into that, to make this not such a terrible, boring, one of our standard, what would you call it, spiralling to fishing depression vlogs. What do you call it when you go back in time? Back in time. You might call it back in time. We're going to do a bit of a back, I still don't know what they call that, a back in time, a zip back, a go back,
Or a flashback.
Flashback. Right, so this is a flashback of a trip with me and Barty when we managed to get about 7 snapper over 18 pounds, between 18 and about 22 pounds in about 45 minutes, I think it was. That was some pretty epic fishing. So here's a flashback of that. Barty's just untying and we're going to make our way home. But yeah, it's been a pretty tough trip. It's been it's actually been pretty good fun though, to be fair. Still coming out and at least having to go for a big snapper is all part of it. But this morning it was wind against tide, so we just thought we'd sleep in, not stress out too much, and we're going to go and try and get a coffee now. But again guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. And here's a flashback of me and Barty getting some monster snapper. Actually, it was pretty much what the vlog was going to be about, wasn't it, Barty? Me using all my old footage from the past years, eh?
Yeah.
And that was the plan for the vlog, is to use all the old footage, but I never have. So I think we might start putting them in on these failed trips, because it's probably a good fill-in. What is that noise? I thought that was wind. Alright guys, I'll stop carrying on now. Got him? Yeah.
Oh, that's some size.
Bro, that's a good red.
Nice one over red. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. The blue thing come like
Yeah, it's got black. You know how it drops down black either side? See how it closes in the screen?
No. Oh yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
I'll drop mine.
Yeah.
It was a good fish, dude.
Yeah.
You see how much the drag it was pulling?
Yeah.
Might have been a kingy. No.
Nah. It's good snap, bro.
28 pounder. Yes.
Oh.
It's a good fish. What do you reckon that weighs?
No.
Yeah, he's alright. We'll get a picture with all of them. How long was that one? 70, 78, 76. Yeah. Good fish? All good fish. Good fish, nice one, eh? Slayed it.
Good old Australia.
Yes. Those pilchards we've got are so disgusting. They are so rotten.
Yeah, terrible. So terrible. Terrible if you don't know.
That's probably why we're getting the spinies. You can bring them in from nautical miles away.
Probably don't even want to think about fucking